Hi, I'm Michael Cochrane, the author of Do We Need a Cohabitation Agreement? And in this little clip, I want to talk to you a little bit about why I wrote this book. Would you believe that in Canada, the #1 misconception about family law involves common law couples? Those are people who are just cohabiting together without getting married. These couples arise for lots of different reasons. Sometimes it's just two young people who start living together after university. Next thing they know, they've got rights and obligations to each other. In other cases, it could be somebody who's been married before, maybe their spouse passed away, maybe they've been through a divorce, and they just want to be in a nice relationship without all the hassles that they think go along with getting legally married. So people live in these relationships, these common law relationships, for a lot of different reasons. And they, maybe even sometimes more than a married couple, need to have some kind of protection. They need to know what they're getting into with these kinds of arrangements. And when I say there's a popular misconception about it, most people I talk to don't really understand the rights and responsibilities that go with cohabitation. So for example, in Ontario, if you live together for 3 or more years, you acquire rights and obligations around things like spousal support, but you don't acquire any statutory property division rights. That comes as a shock to people because they think, well, once you're common law and you live together for a while, you're treated exactly the same way as legally married people. Nothing could be further from the truth. And here's the other kicker. Right across Canada, it's different in every province. So people in Nova Scotia have different rights and responsibilities when they live together common law than people in BC or Manitoba or Saskatchewan and certainly Ontario. So very, very important that you're starting to live together common law. Very, very important that you understand your rights and responsibilities. And that's why I did this book, Do We Need a Cohabitation Agreement? I lay out all of the different rights and responsibilities province by province and make some suggestions for some things that you should consider dealing with in a cohabitation agreement. And it's not just the possibility that the cohabitation that you're in, the common law relationship that you're in, ends because you split up. But what happens if one of you dies? That's a really, really important problem that common law couples run into, because if they don't have wills in place or they haven't thought about things, or maybe one of them is still legally married to somebody else and they're just living common law with a new partner. Very, very tricky situation. So that's why I wrote this book, and I hope it's a help to you in understanding the problems.